I somewhat feel bad for Justin Fields, Connor. I understand his arm isn't starting NFL caliber. Like, it hasn't been since he started playing in the NFL, but he also hasn't had the coaching staff to help develop his arm. He started in Chicago, which historically isn't a great place to start as a quarterback, with Matt Nagy. Then he goes to Pittsburgh, plays 6 games, goes 4-2 on the best team he's played with throughout his career, with the best organization he's been a part of. He gets benched for Russ, and now he's trapped in New York with a first-time head coach and a team that is nowhere near equipped to make a playoff game. I understand the talent as like the arm talent, it's not there yet. And he's got a lot of growth to do. But at the same time, the teams and the franchises he has dealt with have given him a 0% chance of success. It is terribly difficult to start your career for a team that desperately needs help and you're not necessarily ready to come in and deliver 30 touchdowns through the air. He just wasn't able to do that. He wasn't ready to step into that role. A lot of quarterbacks aren't able to do that with the weapons and the coaching he had, and I feel like he's kind of been screwed from the start. I love Justin Fields as a teammate. I think he is a phenomenal guy. And I don't know him personally, but from the way he talks and the way he communicates to the media, I think he's just he's a phenomenal dude, phenomenal teammate. Everybody loves him that I hear talk about him in the media. I feel genuinely bad because he's probably done now as a starter in the NFL after the Jets. And although, again, like I don't think the talent is there right now, I don't think the arm capabilities are just there. It's tough when you don't have the coaching and the team backing you. You know what I mean?
No, I totally get what you mean. You explained it perfectly. Like, Justin Fields has gone from dysfunction to stagnation to dysfunction. He is the death of the prototypical developmental quarterback. I mean, obviously with Matt Nagy, who respects Matt Nagy in this more? He's holding back the Chiefs offense, but that's a story for another day. Then he goes to Pittsburgh. I thought he performed quite well, and then ends up getting benched, as you stated. But also the thing with the Steelers is they don't do offense. They don't develop quarterbacks. They don't develop offensive skill players at all. They are defense first, and whatever 40-year-old quarterback is going to get Mike Tomlin his 9 wins in the year. And then, yeah, when you go to a place like the Jets, I'm from New York, I know the Jets. The Jets are the death of the NFL. They're the graveyard of the NFL. Anything that good that comes to the Jets eventually dies off. And the thing with Justin Fields, too, not only is his arm doesn't seem to be ready there, a lot of those coaching mechanics, he just doesn't make simple plays. He's always trying to make the 30, 40-yard bomb down the field. He's always trying to scramble, make the 15-yard rushing play like he did at Ohio State, because when he was at Ohio State, he had the best receivers in the country, he had the best offensive line in the country, and he could do whatever he wanted. Now, when you look at those typical games, he has John Mechie on those 3-yard flat routes. He has Mason Taylor on the 5-yard in routes. He just is too hesitant to throw those, and when he's too hesitant, then he gets sacked. Then he scrambles back. Then he throws incompletions. That's the thing with Justin Fields. He just can't make the simple plays that you see Drake May and so many other quarterbacks are able to make.
Yeah, I mean, the arm, like I said, it's just not there. Like, I've watched him time and time again, and there's clearly an issue passing the ball, which is the number one red flag for a quarterback. Like, I remember when Lamar came in, and everybody was kind of calling him a running back in his early days when he won his first MVP. And then Greg Roman left, and then the arm started coming around, and it was like, okay, like, he's building, and now you could look at Lamar and say, at points, he's a top 5 pocket passer in the league. Like, he really does dissect defenses at his best, and he does it on a consistent basis now, which is awesome. When you watch Justin Fields early in his career, you were kind of maybe thinking the same thing. It's like, okay, he's very athletic. He can run the ball really well. That's no doubt. But is the arm eventually going to come around? And I don't know what year we're in, like 4 or 5 now with Justin Fields, and it just hasn't. Now, you can attribute that to many different factors. Like we said, landed in a bad franchise, went to a place they don't do offense. Like you said, still produced. He played his best football in Pittsburgh, still got benched for Russ, who was the end of the franchise. I know he started off pretty hot for a few games there, but inevitably the Steelers end up in the wild card game and lose every single year. And then he goes to the Jets. It's like, I don't know. this thing with drafting quarterbacks early that need development, you really got to buy in. It's the same thing with Anthony Richardson. Like, you drafted Anthony Richardson knowing he was a project and then expected him to be a top 10 NFL starter after year 1 or year 2. Like, it's just not going to happen. You need to spend time developing this guy. You drafted him because of the athleticism, because of the raw talent that you see. Give it time. It's the same thing with Justin Fields. You need to sit him down with an offensive coach that can actually try and develop him and help him out. Now, maybe it's just not going to work. Maybe Justin Fields just isn't suited to be a consistent NFL starter in the league. I don't know, but I just feel bad for guys because I've seen in the past few years a lot of guys resurrect their careers. Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield. And then I see players like Justin Fields or Bryce Young get trapped in organizations where quarterback success is foreign. You know, it's just, it doesn't really happen there. And it's like, okay, maybe they're not the best quarterback, but at the same time, they're not in the best situation. And that plays a large role into things. Like, it helped that Brady was with Belichick and had a great defense. It helped that Reed and Mahomes ended up getting paired together, and Mahomes had a fantastic offense awaiting him, right? So situation definitely matters, and that's where I feel bad for Justin Fields. The Jets are far from going anywhere.